Hi, I'm Denise Drain, Senior Director for Research and Evaluation at the Searle Centre for Advancing Learning and Teaching and in the Office for Research in Higher Education, Training and Evaluation. I've been evaluating T32 grants at Northwestern for over 10 years, and I also served as an external evaluator for Duke University and evaluated 25 of their training programs. The goal of this video is to demystify evaluation for you and to give you a brief introduction to some of the basics of evaluation. We also want to introduce you to some of the evaluation jargon that often makes evaluation inaccessible for people who aren't evaluators. Training grant directors often find the idea of doing training grant evaluation overwhelming because they haven't been trained in evaluation or social science research and may not even have been part of a program evaluation. They also often have a degree of anxiety about evaluation because of the notion that judgments about a program are being made, and judgments can feel personal even when they're intended to lead to improvement. Evaluation is essentially learning about your program, about the extent to which your goals have been achieved, and how your program can be improved. Because program evaluation is about your own program, each program evaluation is unique and must be tailored to the specific goals of your program. Although training programs share common goals around things like grant writing, rigor and reproducibility, responsible conduct of research, and developing broad research skills, each program has unique goals around the specific knowledge, skills, and attitudes that they want their trainees to develop. Programs also vary in the kinds of activities they use to help trainees learn and gain skills. Even though you may not have had experience with conducting evaluation, as a researcher, you do have experience with the kinds of thinking and processes that are used in evaluation. You have experience in conducting an investigation, asking questions, collecting and analysing data, and drawing conclusions. And in the same way, discovering something new, a different perspective or outcome that you didn't expect or plan for, has some of the same value and excitement that can accompany the process of scientific discovery researchers like you apply every day. Also, just like your own research, new findings can change the way you see the situation and the approaches you take toward achieving your goals. Evaluation done well is efficient, meaningful, informative, and the best way of optimizing your program to achieve your goals and the goals for your trainees. There are two broad types of evaluation, summative and formative. We'll look at summative evaluation first. Summative evaluation asks the question, to what extent have the goals of the program and specific goals for trainees been achieved? The starting point for developing a summative evaluation plan is articulating goals for the program and goals for trainees. These include both short-term and long-term goals. For example, a short-term goal would be for trainees to develop a quantitative and computational foundation for studying physical genomics processes. A long-term goal associated with this short-term goal might be to conduct physical genomics research using physics, engineering, biomedical and/or computational approaches. We'll address how to write goals that are specific, achievable, relevant, and timely in upcoming videos. Once the goals have been articulated, the next step is to collect evidence to assess the extent to which the goals have been achieved. This evidence can take several different forms. It can come from trainees' own assessments of their skills and knowledge. This is usually done via trainee surveys, and we often refer to this type of evidence as self-reported evidence. Evidence can come from assessments of things that trainees have produced, like publications and grant proposals, work portfolios, and even things like oral exams. We can also get evidence from instruments that have been empirically designed and validated. For example, the Research Orientation Scale is a survey that has been developed to measure attitudes about interdisciplinary research. There are obviously trade-offs regarding validity and time and ease of collecting data, and we'll address these in upcoming trainings and videos. The second kind of evaluation is formative evaluation. Whereas summative evaluation looks at outcomes, formative evaluation looks at processes and activities and is focused on quality improvement of those processes and activities. It asks questions like, was the program implemented as it was designed to be implemented? How well are the activities going? How satisfied are trainees with their activities? Formative evaluation is critical because it helps us understand the results of the program and improve quality of the program. Formative evaluation is typically performed after each activity to get feedback, whereas summative evaluation is typically performed annually to examine the outcomes from a series of activities or processes. In closing, I want to add what's arguably the most important point about evaluation. That is, no matter how valid and reliable your evaluation data are, evaluation is only useful if you review the data and act on it. So in addition to designing and implementing an evaluation plan, you need to create a periodic mechanism for reviewing your formative and summative evaluation data and making changes to the program so that you can improve it each time you evaluate it. We refer to this as creating cycles of improvement. To create cycles of improvement, you need to create a steering committee with the active involvement of the evaluator. You'll also need to create processes for sharing and reviewing data, how you'll prioritize potential modifications, and for making decisions about which changes you're going to make and how to improve your program and the outcomes for trainees.